Ariela, who made a living working at nightclubs and modeling, also starred in 6ix9ine's music videos. He paid tribute in a series of stories on Instagram, calling his longtime friend my wife and a tremendous woman. You supported me in everything. New York won't ever be the same. I loved you. Another New York native, Cardi B, mourned Ariela with this photo, adding, "Rest in peace, Dominican pretty."
The streets are buzzing, and it's a cold reality check. 6ix9ine's girl is gone, murdered cold, and fresh footage just dropped showing him right before it all went down. Seriously, what's going on? All your dad homies, who I'm talking about, all you. Word on the street is that his comments may have triggered the ops and prompted the hit. Let's break it down because this is insane. What happened on August 17th, 2025, shook the whole hip-hop community to its core. A tragedy of next-level proportions. When the sun was barely peeking over the concrete jungle, Ariela Mejia-Polanco, a 29-year-old Dominican BDY hustling as an influencer and bartender, was found slumped in her whip on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon. It was a scene that left everyone scratching their heads. But what truly had people talking was her connection to Tekashi 6ix9ine, and how his moves may have set the stage for her murder. Real talk. To understand how deep this situation goes, we gotta break down who Ariela really was in these streets. This was just some regular chick posting selfies for likes. Shorty was a whole vibe in New York's nightlife scene, with over 551,000 followers on the gram and 115,000 on TikTok. She had built her brand through charismatic energy, dance content, and modeling that had people feeling something. But beyond all the social media flex, Ariela was plugged into the same nightlife ecosystem where rappers, hustlers, and social media stars all move in the same circles, creating that dangerous mix of clout, cash, and potential drama. Working behind the bar at spots like Icon New York and Starlets of New York, Ariela wasn't no stranger to the glitz, glamour, and all the beef that comes with New York's elite party scene. The places she went weren't just any regular clubs. They were the type of establishments where celebrities, influencers, and street dudes cross paths, creating that volatile mix of fame, money, and potential static that can turn deadly real quick. The night before everything went left tells a story that hits different. Let's rewind. Ariela was actively building a brand, but it seems like that life comes with a price. Seeing those old photos, you're just thinking about how quickly things could change. Seriously, what's going on? On August 16th, she posted a photo with a cryptic caption, hinting at a life far beyond Instagram filters. This makes you think, right? Was she trying to send a warning? Was she trying to flex? Or was she genuinely unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows? Then, August 17th, boom. Gone. The timing is just too suspect to ignore. Let's talk about 6ix9ine. He's always been a controversial figure, a lightning rod for drama, and it's hard to ignore his potential involvement. People are connecting the dots. A snitch with enemies, a string of threats, a history of violence. Did his past actions put Ariela in the crosshairs? He's always been walking a tightrope, and sometimes the rope snaps. It's a tragic domino effect, and Ariela was caught in the middle. The timing of her death coincides with a pivotal moment in 6ix9ine's legal battles. By 2025, he was operating under some seriously restricted circumstances. 6ix9ine was under strict probation, following a 45-day stint in federal custody in late 2024 for violating supervised release. His probation terms included house arrest with electronic monitoring, a ban on international travel, and requirements to follow strict legal and behavioral conditions. Additionally, in July 2025, he pleaded guilty to drug charges after a March 2025 raid on his Florida crib uncovered MDMA, cocaine, and other substances. He was awaiting sentencing in September 2025, further restricting his ability to make public appearances. It's like he's a marked man, and everyone around him is a potential target. Let's dive into the speculation. The most prevalent theory circulating on social media, hip-hop blogs, and international news outlets centers around the idea that Ariela got caught in the crossfire, with the real target being a suspected gang leader, not a Cartier. According to these reports, Cartier is a suspect with a history of criminal activity, including alleged robbery operations known in street slang as jalopia. Details suggest she was found in a Mercedes G-Wagon with Cartier present.
Ariela La Langosta, a social media star and mother with romantic ties to rapper Tekashi,
but unharmed. Even more concerning are claims that she had sold out Colombians for him to rob, leading to retaliation. This theory transforms the narrative from a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time to one of active participation in criminal activities that ultimately led to her getting smoked. Police confirmed detaining someone for questioning, and multiple sources identified this person as Cartier. His background, reportedly including prior arrests and irregular entry into the United States, adds credibility to the theory that he was the intended target. Now here's the twist. Ariela's connection to both 6ix9ine and Cartier introduces another layer of complexity. Did their relationships overlap in ways that made her a target for multiple reasons? Was she playing both sides, unaware of the danger she was in? Or was she a pawn in a larger game, manipulated by forces beyond her control? The complexity is maddening. Let's not forget about the history. Tekashi 6ix9ine is a figure defined by controversy and betrayal. He's always been a lightning rod for drama, and it's hard to ignore his potential involvement. His history as a former 9ix Gangster Bloods member who testified against the gang in 2019, earning him the snitch label, is relevant. The timing is too suspect to ignore. He's always been walking a tightrope, and sometimes the rope snaps. It's a tragic domino effect, and Ariela was caught in the middle. His own words about his approach to survival provide crucial context. All right then. So King Bon it's about surviving at all costs, even if it means throwing others under the bus. A survival of the fittest mentality that has devastating consequences. It's hard to ignore the possibility that 6ix9ine's past actions put Ariela in the crosshairs. Was she collateral damage in his ongoing beef with rivals? A warning to stay out of his world? It's a grim reality that's shaking the hip-hop community to its core. The transformation of Daniel Hernandez into Tekashi 6ix9ine and eventually into a federal cooperating witness is a story that's been told, but its relevance to Ariela's death can't be understated. His history, his enemies, his legal battles, they all converge on this one tragic moment. He continues his comparison to fallen rappers. It's about surviving at all costs, even if it means throwing others under the bus. A survival of the fittest mentality that has devastating consequences. He's always been walking a tightrope, and sometimes the rope snaps. It's a tragic domino effect, and Ariela was caught in the middle. A tragic story of betrayal, revenge, and a life lost too soon. The investigation is ongoing, and the truth remains elusive. But one thing is certain, Ariela's death is a stark reminder of the dangerous world that surrounds the world of hip-hop, a world where loyalty is fleeting, and betrayal is a constant threat. It's a tragedy, fam. A real gut punch. We're diving deep into something heavy today, something that's shaking the whole hip-hop world to its core. Tekashi 6ix9ine, the controversial rapper, has been at the center of a storm, and now his girlfriend, Ariela Langosta, is gone, found lifeless on the Cross County Parkway. This isn't just a crime. It's a domino effect of betrayal, revenge, and a life lost way too soon. Let's unpack it, homies. The streets are buzzing, and the speculation is wild. How did we get here? It's a story woven with threads of loyalty, double crossings, and the constant pressure cooker that is the world of rap. He continues his comparison to fallen rappers, always highlighting the brutal reality of survival. It's about thriving at all costs, about clawing your way to the top, even if it means stepping on someone else to do it. A survival of the fittest mentality that has devastating consequences. He's always been walking a tightrope, balanced precariously, and sometimes that rope it snaps. And this time, it's Ariela who fell. It's a tragic domino effect, you feel me? One move, one loose end, and suddenly, someone innocent is caught in the blast radius. A story of betrayal, revenge, and a life lost too soon. The investigation is ongoing, a slow burn of unanswered questions and murky shadows, and the truth it remains elusive, hidden behind a wall of street code and whispered secrets. But one thing is certain, Ariela's death is a stark reminder of the dangerous world that
The 33-year-old, who had nearly 700,000 followers, was found shot dead inside her vehicle along a busy road just north
surrounds the world of hip-hop, a world where loyalty is fleeting and betrayal is a constant threat, a constant pressure. People are saying, King Von died lacking. What does that even mean? It's street shorthand, a brutal assessment. King Von, nippy, Pop Smoke gone, and they died lacking, meaning they got caught up, they made mistakes, they weren't careful enough, they didn't play the game right. You can't lack, he says, almost preaching. You can't afford to slip up. You can't be careless. You gotta be on point, always watching your back. Kill or be killed in these streets. It's a cold reality, and it's a sentiment that seems to haunt 6ix9ine's perspective. Some are saying the shooting was meant for 6ix9ine, a warning shot, but Ariela was the target that got hit. It's a proxy war, a way of getting to him indirectly. And that's the scary part, isn't it? It's not always about the main target. It's about the people around them. It's about the leverage, the pressure points. His association with her, seemingly innocent, became a dangerous liability. The spotlight that constantly shines on him casts long, dark shadows. Then there are the theories about the tributes. Why did he post them? Was it genuine grief, or a calculated move? A way to distance himself from the situation, to try and deflect blame? Or maybe, just maybe, it was a glimpse of a genuine sorrow, a moment of vulnerability from a man who knows what it means to be truly alone in a world built on fake alliances and fleeting trust. The community is hurting. Real talk. Icon New York and Starlets of New York, places where Ariela worked, they posted tributes. Pictures, heartfelt messages, describing her as a shining star, known for her joy and humility. You can feel the raw emotion in those posts, the sense of loss and disbelief. And the Dominican community, they're grieving too, flooding her Instagram with messages of condolence, sending love and prayers to her family and friends. It's a testament to the impact she had on people's lives, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's still beauty and kindness to be found. Think about this. Was Mel Murder running around with Trey W? Was Mel Murder riding with Jim Jones back in '09? The questions keep coming. These constant reminders of the intricate web of relationships and betrayals that define the hip-hop world. He's almost daring people to question him, challenging the narrative, trying to assert some kind of control in a situation where he feels powerless. The timing of this whole thing is insane. Sentencing pending in September 2025 for those drug charges. More legal scrutiny looming. Any public statement, anything that could be twisted or misinterpreted, could land him in even deeper trouble. It makes you wonder what's going on in his head, the constant calculations, the weighing of risks and rewards. He's playing a high-stakes game, and the consequences are real. The comment section is blowing up. People are speculating, accusing, defending. It's a digital circus, a place where emotions run high and truth is often lost in the noise. What do you think the outcome will be? That's the question everyone's asking. But the truth is, nobody knows. This is a complex case, a tangled web of street code and unspoken rules. Let's dig a little deeper. Why did Ariela even get involved with someone like 6ix9ine? Was it love? Was it ambition? Was it something else entirely? We might never know the full story, but it's a question that lingers in the background, adding another layer of complexity to this tragic narrative. The allure of fame, the promise of a different life, these are powerful forces, and they can lead people down paths they never intended to travel. Think about the pressure he's under, the constant surveillance, the never-ending scrutiny. He's a lightning rod, attracting both admiration and animosity. And that kind of attention comes with a price. A constant risk of being targeted, of being caught in the crossfire. His very existence is a challenge to the status quo, and that makes him a threat to those who want to maintain control. This isn't just about one crime. It's about a system, a culture that rewards aggression and punishes vulnerability. It's about a world where loyalty is a commodity and betrayal is a business strategy. And it's a world that needs to change, a world that needs to find a way to value human life above all else. The investigation is ongoing, but the truth...
New York native Cardi B mourned Ariela with this photo, adding, "Rest in peace, Dominican pretty."
is likely buried deep beneath layers of secrecy and misinformation. The police are working to piece together the puzzle, but they're facing an uphill battle against a wall of silence and distrust. The community is demanding justice, but justice in this world is often elusive, a dream deferred. But there's something we can all do. We can remember Ariela. We can celebrate her life. We can honor her memory by working to create a world where such tragedies are less likely to occur. And we can hold those responsible accountable for their actions, ensuring that her death was not in vain. It's a tough situation, real talk. A reminder that even in the midst of fame and fortune, there's still pain, loss, and heartbreak. A cautionary tale about the dangers of a life lived on the edge, a life consumed by ambition and surrounded by enemies, and a plea for compassion, understanding, and a renewed commitment to justice. But how much of this is even truly knowable? The truth lies tangled within a system where street code trumps legal precedent, where loyalty is a transaction, and where appearances are often deceiving. A system of checks and balances designed to protect those with power, often at the expense of the vulnerable. It's a deeply unsettling reality that underscores the immense complexity of the situation. The tributes that came from Icon New York and Starlets of New York paint a picture of a young woman radiating positivity and humility, a stark contrast to the world she chose to immerse herself in. It makes you wonder about the choices she made, the compromises she accepted, and the dreams she carried within her. The Dominican community's outpouring of grief further emphasizes the profound loss and the depth of connection she fostered within her community. It's an uncomfortable truth to confront, a reminder that fame, fortune, and influence can't shield one from the harsh realities of the world. The questions surrounding Ariela's involvement with 6ix9ine continue to linger. Was it a genuine connection or a calculated maneuver? Was she seeking an escape or an opportunity? Ultimately, Ariela's death stands as a chilling example of the perilous intersection of fame, ambition, and street culture. It's a tragic loss that demands more than just speculation and commentary. It requires a critical examination of the system that enabled her death. It's a call to action. What do you think the outcome will be? Let me know in the comments section. For more videos like this, click the next card on your call to action. But what does that actually mean? What's the end game here? It's easy to just scroll past another tragedy, to offer a quick RIP and move on. But Ariela's story demands more than fleeting condolences. It demands we confront the uncomfortable truths about the world she inhabited, a world where ambition can twist into obsession and fame can become a prison. Think about it. Ariela, barely 21 years old, thrust into this whirlwind of notoriety. The images we've all seen, the red carpet events, the Instagram posts showcasing a life of apparent luxury. They're just a carefully constructed facade. Behind that gloss is a young woman grappling with a situation far beyond her control. Did she genuinely believe she could navigate the treacherous landscape of 6ix9ine's orbit? Or was she caught in a current too powerful to resist? It's a question that hangs heavy, doesn't it? Let's rewind a bit. Ariela's rise to prominence was intrinsically linked to Tekashi 6ix9ine, a figure synonymous with controversy. His music career, marked by chart-topping hits and explosive feuds, was merely a backdrop to the drama that seemed to follow him everywhere. He became a lightning rod, attracting attention, good and bad, like a magnet. And Ariela, seemingly by chance, found herself in the center of it all. But it wasn't just about being with 6ix9ine. It was about the perceived status that came with it. In a society obsessed with social media validation and instant gratification, being linked to a high-profile figure like him offered a shortcut to fame, however fleeting. It was a siren song, promising a taste of a spotlight, a chance to be seen. And for a young woman like Ariela, craving attention and searching for belonging, it was a temptation hard to ignore. The rumors and speculation surrounding her involvement with 6ix9ine ran rampant. Was it a genuine connection based on mutual attraction, or a calculated move to elevate her own profile? Some claimed she was drawn.
Ariela La Langosta, a social media star and mother with romantic ties to rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine, murdered. The 33-year-old, who had nearly 700,000 followers, was found shot dead inside her vehicle along a busy road just north of the Bronx early Sunday morning. Investigators believe she was targeted. So far, no arrests.
To his raw energy and unapologetic persona, others whispered that she saw an opportunity to escape a less-than-ideal past. The truth, as is often the case, was probably a complex mixture of both. It's easy to judge from the outside, to label her as naive or opportunistic, but we need to remember the immense pressure she was under, the constant scrutiny, the relentless paparazzi, the constant barrage of online comments. It's a psychological assault on anyone, let alone a young woman still trying to find her place in the world. To be thrust into that kind of environment, to have your every move documented and dissected, it's a crucible that can forge or break a person. And then there's the undeniable element of danger. 6ix9ine's world wasn't just about music and fame. It was intertwined with street culture, with feuds and rivalries that could turn violent. Ariela became a pawn in that game, an accessory to a lifestyle that was inherently risky. Did she truly understand the implications of what she was getting involved in? Did she believe she could remain unscathed? Her death, tragically, suggests otherwise. The circumstances surrounding it remain shrouded in uncertainty, fueling endless speculation and conspiracy theories. Was it a random act of violence, a targeted attack, a consequence of the volatile world she had chosen to enter? The unanswered questions are a painful reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating impact of unchecked ambition. The narrative that often emerges in these situations, the "she shouldn't have been there" mentality, is deeply problematic. It shifts the blame onto the victim, absolving the perpetrators and ignoring the systemic issues that allowed this tragedy to unfold. It's a tired trope that serves to silence the voices of those who have been marginalized and exploited. It's a way of saying, if you don't want to be a victim, just stay out of trouble. But who defines trouble? Who decides what's acceptable and what isn't? Ariela's story isn't just about her. It's a reflection of a larger problem. It's a symptom of a culture that glorifies fame, that commodifies human lives, and that prioritizes spectacle over substance. It's a culture where young people are often lured into dangerous situations by the promise of quick success and instant gratification. A world where the pursuit of validation often eclipses the importance of safety and well-being. What can we learn from this tragedy? How can we prevent similar situations from happening in the future? The answers aren't simple, but they start with acknowledging the complexity of the problem. It requires a critical examination of the systems that enable the exploitation of young people, particularly those who are vulnerable and seeking belonging. It means holding those in positions of power accountable for their actions and challenging the narratives that perpetuate harmful stereotypes. We need to talk about the impact of social media on young people's self-esteem and mental health. We need to educate them about the dangers of online predators and the importance of critical thinking. We need to provide them with the resources and support they need to navigate the challenges of adolescence and make informed decisions about their lives. More than anything, we need to cultivate a culture of empathy and compassion, a world where young people feel safe and supported, where they can pursue their dreams without fear of judgment or exploitation, where they know that their worth isn't measured by their follower count or their perceived status. Ariela's death is a gut punch. It's a loss that reverberates through the hip-hop community and beyond. It's a stark reminder that fame isn't always what it seems, that the pursuit of dreams can sometimes lead to devastating consequences. But it's also a call to action. It's a challenge to confront the uncomfortable truths about the world we live in and to create a future where young people can thrive. Let's not just mourn her passing. Let's honor her memory by working towards a better world. A world where ambition isn't twisted into obsession, where fame doesn't become a prison, and where every young person has the opportunity to reach their full potential. The question isn't just what happened to Ariela, but what are we going to do about it? That's the real legacy she leaves behind. And it's up to us to make sure it's a legacy of change and progress. It's a tough pill to swallow, but we owe it to her, and to all those who have been lost in the pursuit of a dream. It's time to level up our thinking and demand better. It's time for action. It's time to level up our thinking and demand better. It's time for action.